Hello everyone! Welcome back to Surfax Learning Channel. For today's video, pag-aaralan po natin DepEd Memorandum Number 8 Series 2023. Ito po ay patungkol po sa multi-year guidelines on the results-based performance management system, Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers. Okay? So, tatalakayin po natin muli yung kabuuan po ng memorandum na ito. Ano nga ba yung nilalaman ng memorandum na to? Just to recall, especially ay patapos na yung end of school year. At kung ikaw ay naghahanda rin, isa ka sa naghahanda for national qualifying exam for school heads, ay maganda rin po na matalakay po ito dahil definitely and possibly isa po ito sa mga lumabas na question dun sa exam. Okay, kumusta po yung mock test? 1. At nandun po itong multi-year guidelines on results-based performance management system of Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers. Ito po is aligned with DepEd Order Number 2 Series of 2015 with the prescription of guidelines on the establishment and implementation of the results-based performance management system, RPMS. Same true with DepEd Order Number 42 Series of 2017, National Adoption and Implementation of the Philippine Professional Standards for Teacher, PPST. Okay. The multi-year timeline and RPMS cycle for teachers. So, the performance cycle of teachers follows the DepEd RPMS cycle prescribed in DepEd Order Number 2 Series of 2015. Kagaya nga ng nabasa kanina, guidelines to the establishment and implementation of results-based performance management system, RPMS, in the Department of Education. Figure 1 illustrates the 4 phases of the RPMS cycle and its alignment with the RPMS related activities of teachers within a school year. So ito po yung figure 1, the cycle. Itin po natin para makita po yung figure. Itan pa natin ng konti para makita yung figure. Ayan. So, mayroon pong 4 na cycle. Sa first cycle, kung makikita nyo po dyan, performance planning and commitment. So, nasa first cycle ang performance planning and commitment. Ano ba yung mga ginagawa dyan? Discussion o issuance of RPMS tools, self-assessment. Ayan. And then, IPCR forms, plan, development plan, timeline within first quarter of the school year. So itong performance planning and commitment, ang timeline po niyan dapat ginagawa sa first quarter of the school year. Take note for that, first quarter of the school year. Ano yung output? Signed IPCRF DP based on SAT. PSAT. Ayan. Electronic. I forgot the term SAT. So, yun yung output. And then, performance, preparation, and organization form COT RPMS portfolio. So, yun yung nakasulat dun sa arrow. TA, Learning and Development. Yung titingnan po natin to, TA tapos Learning Development. So, dito sa Cycle 2, ang title naman is Performance Monitoring and Coaching. So, sa Cycle 2, monitoring and coaching. Ano yung activities? Sabi po dito, performance monitoring and coaching, mid-year review and assessment. So, sa performance monitoring and coaching, doon po ginagawa, isinasagawa yung mid-year review. Ano yung mga forms na dapat inihahanda po dito? Tools, RPMS, PPST tools, IPCRF, SAT, plus IPCRF development plan using PMCF. Okay, yun po yung mga tools. Take note for this. Ano yung timeline? Monitoring and coaching, year-round, mid-year review. So, fifth or sixth month of the school year. So, fifth or sixth month of the school year. Doon po ginagawa itong cycle number 2. Kung halimbawa, nagsimula ng July, after fifth or sixth month, doon magsasagawa itong cycle number 2. Third cycle, performance review and evaluation. Ano yung activities po natin dito? Year-end review, assessment, evaluation, portfolio, and computation of final rating. Tapos, ano yung mga forms na dapat inihahanda? RPMS, PPST tools, IPCRF, SAT, IPCRF development plan using PMCF. Anong timeline? At least a week after graduation. But this year, sabi sa DepEd or sabi sa bagong DepEd order on RPMS ay sa July after June. So doon po gagawin yung ano. Pero technically base sa DepEd order na ito or DepEd memorandum na ito, at least a week after graduation yung timeline ng performance review and evaluation. So ibig sabihin parang during the school year, cycle 1, cycle 2, tapos cycle 3 after ng graduation na. Tapos ano yung output? Signed portfolio and signed IPCRF with final rating. Okay. So, final cycle. Cycle number 4. Performance rewarding and developmental or development planning. So, ano yung activity? Ano yun? Ways forward and development planning. Final IPCRF and development plan. So, ibig sabihin yung final output, iano mo na dito. Timeline, at least a week after graduation. So, halos kasabay lang din pala itong cycle 3 and 4 kasi yung cycle 4 rewarding na eh. And then output ano yan? Employee rewards and recognition and signed IPCRF and development plan. Okay? So, yun po yung cycle. Kailan ginagawa yung coaching sa cycle 2? Kailan ginagawa yung assessment? Actually, dalawa eh. Kasi may assessment, self-assessment sa una, sa cycle 1. Sa cycle 3, ang assessment naman po doon is assessment and evaluation of portfolio na ang ina-assess. Self-assessment ay doon sa performance planning and commitment. So, i-assess mo ano ba yung kailangan mong improve. Di ba? So, let's proceed. These guidelines shall cover 3 years, 2022-2022, school year 2022-2023, school year 2023-2024. Nandito na tayo ngayon sa school year 2023-2024. School year 2024 and 2025. So itong DepEd order ng DepEd memorandum number 8 series of 2023 na lumabas ng February ay meron po siyang i-cover na 3 years, na 3 school years. 2022, 2023, 2023, 2024, 2024, 2025. So, yung kaninang binasa po natin, inilagay naman sa table. Ito po yung mga RPMS timeline for teachers. Phase 1, performance planning and commitment. Task and activity, ayan, self-assessment with initial individual development planning, discussion of RPMS and PPST, Pinapanood na to sa opening. Pwede niyo na pong ipapanood dito sa opening. Tools, RPMS manual for teachers and school head. Self-assessment tool. Ayun yung self-assessment tool. Ang SAT is self-assessment tool. Individual performance commitment and review form. IPSR. Tapos, syempre, ratees. And then, anong schedule? Month before the start of the classes, yung discussion ng RPMS. So, siguro pwedeng isagawa sa isang lab kasi usually may mga seminar training bago mag-umpisa ang klase. And then, dito naman sa assessment, first to second month of the first quarter. First to second month of the first quarter. Kasi kanina dun sa first quarter, ito specifically, it's either sa first month or sa second month. Okay? Puro na tayo okay. Ilang okay na kaya yun? Phase 2, performance monitoring and coaching. Classroom observation, COT. So, dapat may COT na dito sa phase 2. Isa sa part of the phase performance monitoring and coaching is classroom observation. So, ito yung mga activities na kailangan na mayroon sa phase 2. Accomplish PMCF, performance monitoring and performance commitment and review form. Performance monitoring and mamaya lalabas yung coaching form pala. Yung PMCF, performance monitoring and coaching form. Si Rati ang may dala-dala po niyan. Sa COT, classroom observation tool and COT and forms, ratees and raters within the school year once every quarter. So, ang COT isa every quarter. Kaya kung may 4 na quarter, 4 na COT. However, ito namang accomplishment of performance monitoring and coaching form, ito yung tools. Ang kanyang schedule is at least once every quarter. Meron din, once every quarter. So, dapat na isasagawa pala to. Accomplishment of performance monitoring and coaching form. So, dapat mayroon nito. Okay? At least once every quarter. At dito rin isinasagawa ang mid-year review and assessment and revisiting the individual development plan. So ano ba yung ginagawa nyo sa individual development plan? Wala lang, ipinasa lang. Nire-review ba yun? Binivisit po ba yun? Usually, by practice, wala. Sad to say. Okay. RATI, draft, IPSRF, IDF, individual development plan. Tapos yung rater, performance monitoring and coaching form. Ratees and rater, yung mga involved. Tapos ano yung schedule? Within the 5th or 6th month of the school year. 5th or 6th month of the school year. So doon dapat binibisita yung development plan and revisiting and media review. Sa phase 3, performance, ang activity performance assessment of teachers, ang tools ay PSRF teachers portfolio na. Nakabuo ka na dapat ng portfolio, raters and ratees yung involved, and approving authorities, and then kailan isinasagawa yung timeline at least a week after scheduled graduation, pagkatapos ng graduation. And then phase 4, finalizing performance, rewarding and development planning, finalization of individual development plan, so finalizing, submission of IPCRF raters to raters, Tatlo yung activity dito. And then IPSRF data collection to school division office. Pinapasa po kasi yan. And then, ano yung mga tools? IPSRF and Individual Development Plan, IDP. Tapos yung accomplish IPSRF with complete signatures, syempre. Ang ipinapasa na lang kasi dito yung ano yung yung IPSRF form mo with complete signatures. Kaya yung mga teachers 1 to 3, yung kanilang portfolio ay in-evaluate lang yan sa school level. Tapos, ang persons involved, of course, the ratees and raters. Sa finalization and submission of IPSRF to raters at least a week after scheduled graduation. So pagkatapos ng schedule. Technically sa technical na aspeto, medyo na bago lang kasi itong school year dahil may ibinaba na DepEd order regarding sa submission ng IPCRF dahil dun sa buong June na naka-vacation si teacher. Pero sa technical na aspeto, base po dito sa cycle, kasi 3 years to Ibig sabihin, sakop pa rin to doon. So, sa technically, up 1 week after the graduation. Tapos ito namang data collection at least a month after scheduled the graduation. Kaya pala, usually brigada eskwela na kinokolekta yung final na kasi nasa DepEd order pala. So, 'di ba? Maganda din talaga nagbabasa ng mga DepEd memorandum, mga guidelines and policies kasi para lumalawak yung ating kaalaman patungkol sa mundong ginagalawan po natin as a teacher. Kung nag-i-aim ka pa sa school head, mas maganda. All right? The performance rating of teachers shall follow the schedule provided in the school calendar and activities guidelines of each school year. It shall be used as basis for performance-based compensation and benefits. Example, mid-year and year-end bonuses, productivity enhancement incentive, determination of length of service for purposes of computation of the performance-based bonus, and for purposes of career progression of teachers. So ano ulit? Sabi po dito, the performance rating of teachers shall follow the schedule provided in the school calendar of activities. It shall be used as basis for performance-based compensation. Okay? PBB? Hindi. Performance-based compensation and benefits. Halimbawa daw yung mid-year and year-end bonuses. So, ito yung mga basis pala. Mid-year bonus and year-end bonus. Productivity Enhancement Incentive, PEI. Sa IPSRF yung basis po niyan. Determination of the length of service for purposes of computation of PBB. Ayan, kasama pala dyan yung PBB, performance-based bonus. And for purposes of career progression of teacher ko. So, career progression. Ayan ha. Part 2. RPMS PPST indicators for proficient and highly proficient. Teachers who will use proficient tools are expected to be professionally independent in the application of skills vital to the teaching and learning process. They provide focused teaching programs that meet curriculum and assessment requirements and display skills in planning, implementation, and managing learning programs. They actively engage in collaborating learning with the professional community and other stakeholders for mutual growth and advancement. They are reflective practitioners who continually consolidate the knowledge, skills, practices of career stage 2 proficient teachers. So, proficient teachers, career stage 2. The following teachers' position include those of similar rank that teach under the ALS, Madrasa Education, SPED, or Special Science Education shall use the proficient tools. Okay, si ALS teacher, si madrasa teacher, si SPED teacher, si special science education teacher, gagamit siya ng proficient tools ng RPMS, PPST. Teacher 1, Teacher 2, and Teacher 3. Additional teacher position that may be created by virtue of Executive Order number 147 or establishing of expanded career progression system for public school teachers shall likewise use proficient tools unless otherwise stated in subsequent guidelines. However, number 6, sabi po ito, master teachers who will use a highly proficient tools are those that consistently display high levels of performance in their teaching practice. E paano yung mga hindi high level yung kanyang performance? Pero may item na as a teacher. Oh, oops. They manifest an in-depth and sophisticated understanding of the teaching and learning process, have high education focus, situation, or cognition, and are more adept in problem solving and optimize opportunities gained from experience. Career stage 3 sila, highly proficient. Teachers work collaboratively with colleagues and provide them support and mentoring to enhance their learning and practice. They continually seek to develop their professional knowledge and practice by reflecting on their own needs and those of their colleagues and students. The following master teachers position including those of similar rank teaching under ALS, Madrasa Education, SPED. So kasi may mga master teacher na rin naman talagang nag-handle doon, gagamit sila ng highly proficient tools. Master teacher 1, 2, 3, and 4. Additional, ibig sabihin lahat ng master teacher talaga gagamit talaga sila ng highly proficient tool. Career stage 3. The additional master teacher position that may be created by virtue of Executive Number 147 shall likewise use highly proficient tools unless otherwise rescinded in subsequent guidelines. Okay. These guidelines shall prescribe the specific set of indicators for each school year, all of which were based on consultation with selected field personnel, teachers, master teacher nationwide. All school-based personnel covered by this DepEd memorandum shall strictly abide by the set of indicators assigned for each school year. So, bawat school year may kanya-kanyang indicators. All right? Any modification of the set of indicators per school year shall not be allowed. So, the 37 PPST indicators for both proficient and highly proficient tools shall be divided across 3 school years. Ano yung 3 school years ngayon? 2022, 2023, 2023, 2024. Nasa second school year na po tayo this time. And 2024, 2025. Each with a total of 15 indicators composed of classroom observable indicators, non-classroom observable indicators, and plus factor. Okay? 3-year distribution of PPST. Take a look with this, So, dapat hindi pala tayo dito malito, no? Ano ulit yung COL, Classroom Observable Indicator, NCOL, Non-Classroom Observable Indicator. So, kasi nandiyan sa table. Sa year 1, ito po yung distribution ng mga indicators. 3 years distribution of PPS indicators for proficient teachers. For proficient. So, sa year 1, 2022-2023, dapat matandaan ito, no? 1.1.1, 1.1.2, 1.4.2, 1.5.2, 2.3.2, 2.6.2, 3.1.2, 4.1.2, 4.4.2, 4.5.2, 5.1.2, 5.2.2, 5.4.2, 7.1.2, 7.5.2. Tanda mo ba yan? Ito po yung year 1. Ito yung indicators last school year. And of course, plus factor. So ito yung mga nandito, nakastate din kung ito ba ay ano yung COL? Classroom observable indicators or non-classroom observable indicators. Dito sa mga nabanggit, yung 4.4.2, isa sa mga non-classroom observable indicators, ganun din yung 5.2.2, 5.4.2, 7.1.2, 7.5.2. So, take note for this. And this school year, ito po yung mga indicators. School year 2023-2024, 1.1.2 classroom observable indicators, 1.4.2 classroom observable indicators, 1.5.2 parehas lang classroom observable indicators. Dito 1.6.2 na classroom observable indicators, 2.1.2, 2.2.2, 3.2.2, 3.5.2. Ito yung mga non-classroom, 4.2.2, 5.3.2 non-classroom observable indicators. Tapos non-classroom observable indicators naman, 5.5.2, 6.2.2, 7.3.2, 7.4.2, and plus factor. So ito po yung mga distribution, no? And later, I think, titingnan po natin yung mga indicators na yan. Ano yung 1.1.2, ano yung 1.4.2, yan. Year 3, next school year, 1.1.2, 1.4.2, 1.3.2, 1.2.2, 1.7.2, 2.4.2, 2.5.2, 3.3.2, 3.4.2, 4.3.2, 6.1.2, 6.3.2, 6.5, 6.4.2, 7 plus factor. So, yan o. Naka-indicate din kung iyan ba ay class of observable indicator or not. So, dapat in a way, kabisado yan eh, no? Ito naman yung sa ano, figure 4 provides the 3-year distribution of the 37 PPS indicators using highly proficient para naman sa mga master teachers. Sa year 1, 1.1.3, 1.4.3, 1.5.3, 2.3.3, 2.6.3. So ito, pag ikaw ay naghahanda for national qualifying exam, dapat matandaan mo yan. Ito naman yung mga indicators sa year 2 ngayong taon para sa mga master teachers or highly proficient or yung mga nasa career stage 3. Ito naman yung sa next school year. Okay, hindi ko nababanggitin. I-flash nyo lang sa photographic mind po natin. And the weight for each indicator shall as follows. Ayan no. May formula po dito. Objective 1 to 14. Objective 15 plus factor. So weight 7%, each total of 98%. All classroom observable indicators shall be measured using the following performance indicator. Quality, efficiency. Quality shall be measured through demonstration of classroom observable indicators during the classroom observation CO and the submission of classroom observation tool COT. Inter-observation agreement form whichever is applicable as means of verification, MOV. Kaya dapat may kompleto ka ng COT. Efficiency shall be measured through efficient delivery of lesson objective with a prescribed period or time allotment. There shall no timeliness performance indicator for classroom observable indicator. So there shall be no timeliness. So on the other hand, non-class observable shall be measured using the following performance indicators: quality, efficiency, and timeliness. Multiple year RPMS PPSC tools. Ayan po. Annex 1A, A1, A2, A3, B1. So for proficient and highly proficient yung B. Ang A1 to 3, proficient. B1 to B3, highly proficient. Annex C, full RPMS classroom observation tool. Annex D, ito yung mga ito yung mga ano, basis. Ay, hindi mga basis. by checking. Guidelines for classroom observation. For school year 2022-2023, mayroon lang dalawang classroom observation dahil nga dun sa pandemic that time, which shall be conducted in the last 2 quarters, 1 per quarter, yung third quarter last school year and fourth quarter. For school year 2023-2024 ay mayroong 4 na classroom observation required, which shall be conducted once every quarter. For figure 5 provides for the schedule of distribution of indicators, classroom observable indicators that shall be observed across quarter for proficient teachers, while figure 6 provides for the schedule of distribution of the identified classroom observable indicators shall be observed across quarters for highly proficient teachers. Ayan o. Schedule of distribution, last school year po yan. Nabanggit na po yan kanina. This school year, ito po yan. Kaya bang i-picture ng ating photographic mind yan? Ito naman yung next school year for proficient teachers. Page 7 na tayo. Ito naman yung sa master teachers, career stage 3. Ayan yung mga indicators sila. Distribution. Sabi po dito, average rating of the classroom observations done across quarter shall constitute the final rating for each classroom observable indicators. Additional classroom observation may be conducted for purpose of technical assistance to teachers to improve their teaching practice. However, classroom observations conducted for technical assistance purposes will not be a factor in the determination of RATI's performance rating. The purpose of objective of observation shall be clearly stated prior to any schedule of classroom observation. So, ang sabi, additional classroom observation may be conducted for a purpose of technical assistance. Halimbawa, mayroong proficient teacher na hindi pa talaga niya yung mag-deliver. So, pwedeng si CO, classroom observer, ay mag-TA siya. Pero yung TA is hindi, sabi dito, TA assistance to improve their teaching. However, classroom observations conducted for technical assistance purposes will not be a factor in the determination of RATI's performance rating. TA nga eh. Okay? All classroom observation for performance evaluation purposes shall be scheduled in advance. Nakaschedule pa. The rating must be informed of the schedule at least 3 working days. At least 3 days. Minsan nga 1 month. In case of unforeseen circumstances and fortuitous events that are outside the control of school, such as natural or man-made calamities or disasters, lockdown, concerned school may be allowed to deviate from the prescribed timeline of conducting classroom observation, provided that request in relation thereto shall be subject for approval of the school division superintendent, provided further that all applicable classroom observation modes are exhausted prior to submitting the requirements. The default mode of classroom observation shall be in-person, face-to-face observation. In case of any national pronouncement that may affect the operation of the school, example, community quarantine, implementation of the blended learning, the following modes of alternative classroom observation may be considered. Okay, online synchronous classroom, online asynchronous classroom observation. So, yung online synchronous classroom, ito yung magsisend ka ng video. I-video mo yung sarili mo, tapos isend mo kay Rati. Online, yung asynchronous pala yun. Yung synchronous, ito yung naka-live ka. So, ito namang online asynchronous, ito yung may video. Classroom observation via learning action cell. So, pwede rin yung lock. The usual protocols and procedures indicated in the 2019 DepEd RPMS Manual for Teachers, School Heads shall apply. So, Annex D provides for the additional guidelines. Okay? The raters, an approving authority of the RPMS, reflecting the opportunities ratee and approving authorities. Okay. So ito yung mga ratee. Head teacher, master teacher, teacher for school with master teachers, head teachers, and assistant principal. Teacher, ALS implementers. Ito naman yung mga rater, principal ng school head, master teachers, okay. Ito naman yung approving authority. And then, definition of terms. Ayan. Audio lesson, career stage. I-post nyo lang, tapos basahin nyo na lang yan. Kasi mahaba na. At kakain na kami. Ayan. And references. Okay, sana po mas naliwanagan po tayo about po sa DepEd number 8. DepEd Memorandum number 8 series of 2023. So po yung multi-year guidelines on the results-based performance management system, Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers, RPMS, PPST. Sana nakatulong po ito, lalo na sa mga naghahanda for Inquest 2024. At kung bago ka sa channel na ito, huwag mong kalimutang i-hit ang notification bell on and subscription button. Marami po pa po tayong tatalakayin na DepEd order na lumabas noon sa mock test. Happy learning, everyone.